3 years ago, a crash stole my legs, my independence, and damn near my will to live. But it gave me something else, something I never saw coming, something that burns like a fever in my veins. First, I owe a debt to my incredible supporters. Your love lets me tell stories that cut deep, raw, and real. This one's a jagged blade. Stick with me. The doctors called me lucky. Lucky the semi-truck didn't crush me flat. Lucky my spine didn't snap. Lucky my stepson Caleb wasn't in the car with me that night. Lucky, they said. Funny word for a woman who can't walk 10 steps without her legs screaming. Our little house in Tennessee used to feel too big when Caleb was in school. Now it's a cage. He's everywhere. Cooking, fluffing pillows, carrying me to the bathroom when my muscles give out. My boy, my man. Because nobody tells you when you take in a kid at 18 one day, they'll grow up. Taller than you ever dreamed. Caleb's always been tall, but at 21 he's a giant. Works construction hands rough as sandpaper. His voice is low, his eyes deeper than a well. God, those eyes dark and haunted like his father's, the man who bolted when I took Caleb in. Mom, I jump. Caleb's at the door holding a bowl of soup. You didn't eat lunch. I'm not hungry. You never are. He sets the bowl on my nightstand, frowning. Your legs are acting up today. I don't answer. He knows. He always knows. Without a word, he sits on the bed's edge and rolls up my sweatpants. My breath catches. The scars are ugly, twisted knots from surgeries, a map of pain. His fingers hover. Can I nod. His touch starts clinical, kneading the stiff muscles around my knees. But then his thumb grazes a knot near my inner thigh and I bite my lip. You're too tense, he whispers. You don't know the half of it. His hand moves higher, not enough to cross a line, but enough to make my pulse hammer. It's just the warmth of his skin, I tell myself. The relief as the pain melts. But when his fingertips brush the edge of my shorts, I stop breathing. Caleb freezes too. For one heartbeat, we're statues. Then he clears his throat, pulls my pant leg down. Better, no, yes, thanks, sweetheart. He hesitates like he wants to say more. Instead, he grabs the soup and leaves. I stare at the ceiling, replaying the moment his touch lingered too long. For the first time in years, I feel something besides pain, something dangerous, something alive. The second time he touches me, I know it's not just my legs anymore. Morning light pours through the curtains, too bright, too cheerful for the storm in my head. I didn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I felt Caleb's hands. Warm, calloused, relentless. I tell myself it's nothing, a boy helping his stepmom, a caregiver, easing pain. But the way my skin burns under his touch, that's not pain. Caleb's door creaks down the hall, yanking me back to reality. I tug the blanket over my thighs like he could see the thoughts racing through my mind. Footsteps. His shadow fills my doorway. You're up early, he says, voice rough with sleep. He's shirtless, sweatpants slung low on his hips, a tattoo curling over his ribs. Something he got last year without asking me. I try not to stare. Couldn't sleep. Bad dreams? No, you. I nod. He sighs. Steps inside, sits beside me like last night. Without asking, he pulls the blanket back, hands on my bare calf. I flinch. Sorry, he mutters. Cold hands. But it's not the cold making me tense. It's the way his fingers press into my skin, slow and deliberate, like he's memorizing me. You're tight, he murmurs. I swallow hard. Last night I could pretend it was an accident. But now in the daylight there's no denying how his thumb circles higher, how his palm slides up the back of my thigh. Caleb, take it easy. His voice drops lower than usual. You're fighting it. Not the massage. This. The way my body hums under his hands, the way his breath hitches when his fingertips graze my short's edge, the way my stomach knots when he looks at me, not like a stepson, but like a man. A knock at the front door shatters the moment. Caleb jerks back, expecting someone no. He stands, muscles flexing as he stretches. I'll get it. I exhale, shaky, my skin still tingling where he touched me. Voices drift from the living room. Mrs. Harper, our nosy neighbor, asking if we need anything from the store. Caleb's polite refusal, the door clicking shut. When he returns, his face is unreadable. Think she suspects, he asks. My heart stops. Suspects what? He smirks. We didn't return her casserole from last month. I try to laugh, but my hands shake because for a second I thought he meant us. That night, rain pounds the windows. A storm knocks out the power, plunging the house into darkness. Caleb lights candles, their flickering glow painting shadows on his face. He sits beside me on the couch, close enough that I feel the heat rolling off him. Cold, he asks. No, you liar. He drapes a blanket over us anyway. Our legs touch under it. Neither of us pulls away. The wind howls outside a branch, scraping the roof like claws. His hand finds mine. Not a brush, not a mistake. His fingers lace through mine, rough and certain. I should pull back. I don't. In the candlelight, his eyes are black pools, a warning, a question, a plea. The power surges back on, flooding the room with light. We spring apart like we've been burned. But the current between us, that doesn't fade. One kiss, that's all it took to break us, to make us something we're not allowed to be. The blackout changed everything. For 3 days after that night on the couch, Caleb and I move around each other like strangers. Polite, careful, starving. I catch him staring at my mouth when I talk. His hands linger when he helps me up. Once, I turn too fast and catch him breathing in the scent of my hair where it brushes his shoulder. We're a lit fuse waiting for the explosion. It happens on a Tuesday. Caleb comes home from work smelling of sweat and summer heat. He kicks off his boots, his white t-shirt clinging to his chest where he sweated through. You okay? He asks, nodding at my stiff posture on the couch. Just sore. I force a smile. Long day. Without a word, he steps over, lifts my legs onto his lap. I hold my breath as his fingers dig into my calf. You're working too hard, he mutters. The boy who single-handedly rebuilt our porch ramp when the insurance company wouldn't pay. The man who carries me upstairs every night because my bedroom's on the second floor. His thumb presses a knot near my knee and I bite back a moan. Shh. His voice is hoarse. Let me take care of you. But this isn't care. This is want. I see it in the way his jaw clenches as my skirt rides up. Feel it in the tremor of his fingers as they slide higher. When his hand reaches my thigh, I grab his wrist. We freeze. His pulse pounds against my fingers. Tell me to stop. A challenge, a plea. I should say it, should push him away, call a therapist, pretend this never happened. But I don't. I can't. I let go of his wrist. His kiss isn't gentle. It's fire and teeth and 21 years of buried hunger. His hands fist in my hair, pulling me into him. Our mouths crash like this is the only way we know to breathe. I gasp into him, my fingers digging into his shoulders. We can't. We are. He bites my bottom lip, sending a jolt straight through me. Feel that he growls. That's us. And God help me, I feel it. The hard press of him against my hip. The way my body arches toward him like a flower chasing the sun. This is wrong. So wrong. But when his tongue slides against mine, all I can think is more. We don't make it to the bedroom. Caleb pins me to the couch, his hips grinding as my nails claw at his shirt. The fabric tears at the collar, but neither of us cares. "Look at me," he growls. When he does, what he sees breaks me. In his eyes, it's not just want, it's love. The kind that snaps bones. The kind that leaves scars. After we lie tangled in silence, reality creeping in like damp rot. Caleb traces idle circles on my bare shoulder. "You okay? No?" "Yes." He knows I'm lying just like I know he's not sorry. When he finally speaks, his voice is so quiet I almost miss it. "I've wanted you since I was 17. My stomach drops. That means this wasn't a mistake. It was inevitable. Some silences scream louder than words. Morning comes too bright, too sharp. I wake before Caleb. The weight of what we've done presses on me like a physical thing. The sheets still smell of him sweat sawdust and something unmistakably male. My stepson, my lover. God, what have we done? He finds me in the kitchen staring at the coffee maker. "Hey," he whispers, voice rough with sleep. I can't look at him. Can't bear the tenderness in his eyes. Tenderness that shouldn't be there. "Mom," his hand on my shoulder, warm, familiar, wrong. I flinch away. The hurt flashing across his face cuts deeper than any knife. We spend the day orbiting each other like distant planets. He tries to catch my eye, his fingers brushing mine when he hands me something. I pull back building walls with every quiet thank you and please pass the salt. By dinner, the tension's thick enough to choke on. "You're punishing me," he says finally, shoving his plate away. "I'm protecting us." From what? From this. My voice cracks. From how people would look at us if they knew. From the shame that'll eat us alive if we let this go on. His jaw tightens. "I'm not ashamed. You will be." That night I hear him pacing in his room. The floorboards creak under his weight. Each step echoes through the thin walls. Then silence. My door opens. Moonlight spills across the bed as he stands there, shirtless, chest heaving too fast. "I can't pretend," he says hoarse. "Not with you." My resolve crumbles because I can't either. We don't speak as he crosses the room. No need. Every touch, every glance, every ragged breath says what words never could. This is our ruin, and we run headlong into it. A year later, the neighbors still talk about how close we are. "Such a devoted stepson," Mrs. Harper says at the grocery store, always taking care of his mom. I smile politely, twisting the new wedding band on my left hand, the one nobody questions because single moms don't remarry, do they? Caleb's fingers lace through mine as we walk to the car. Nobody looks twice. Nobody knows. And that's just how we want it.